900. So I'm going to type in 1600 by 900. That's going to keep a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, downscale a little bit, but still keep it pretty crisp and sharp. The downscale filter. This is the algorithm that OBS is going to use to downscale that 1080p to 900p. Bicubic is usually great for most people. If you want it to look a little better, you can choose the Lansco's. This is what I use, but again, I have a great CPU and a great graphics card, so I'm going to use 36 samples. If you want to use 16, you can, or bilinear if you need to. Again, play with these, do some test streams, figure out what works for you with your upload speed and your download speed and your CPU and GPU.
Setting up your Stream Deck doesn't need to be difficult. I'm going to show you the easiest way to go ahead and get it set up, so that way by the end of this video, you're ready to use your Stream Deck in your live stream. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So once you go ahead and have your Stream Deck plugged into your computer, the very first thing we're going to want to do is download the software to be able to manage the Stream Deck. So what you want to do is you want to visit elgato.com/en/download. It's going to bring you to a website just like this. And what we want to do here is on the left hand side, you want to select product. You want to select the Stream Deck that you have, and then you want to go ahead and come down here and select download. Once you've done that, the very next thing that we want to do is you want to go into the description of the video. I have all the links that I'm going to mention here today, and you want to come to where it says OBS WebSocket. You want to go to the github.com/OBS project link in the description, and you're going to want to head and download this because we're going to need it for a plugin later. I'm more the type of person that likes to be efficient, so we're going to download everything that we're going to need, and then we're going to dive into the actual setup. So once you have that there, you're then going to go ahead and open up your Stream Deck. So on your Stream Deck, what you want to do is, the first thing is you want to come to this little gear icon and select that there. We're going to adjust some of these settings here. So under general, you're going to come to where it says sleep after. You're going to by default have it on never. You're going to want to put that at 2 hours, simply because you don't want your screen to go out over time. Then as far as your brightness, you're going to want to bring this down so by about halfway through again, just to be able to preserve your screen, because the Stream Deck is not inexpensive, so you want to make sure that it lasts as long as possible. Then here under firmware version, you may have an option to be able to update. If you do, go ahead and select that to be able to update. Then here on the right hand side, you're going to come to where it says accounts. Now this is where you're going to go ahead and add all the accounts that we're going to utilize. So if you have a Streamlabs account, go ahead and add that now. If you have a Twitch account, add that in there. If you have a Twitter account, add that in there. And you have a YouTube account, add that in there. So take a few moments to go ahead and add all those accounts in there, because we're going to need it later when we start doing the social media promotion on our Stream Deck. So once you have done that, you're going to come to where it says profiles. Here's where you're going to go ahead and create the profile. By default, you're going to have one profile only. So then make sure you make that your default. And then if you go ahead and right click on it, you can go ahead and rename it to your name. So that way it's easy for you to be able to utilize. So I'm going to utilize a demo account just to be able to mirror what it is that you have. And so now here on the right hand side, this is where all the plugins are going to be. So by default, Elgato gives you several plugins that you're going to have. We're getting ready to install the ones that we're going to be utilizing. And then anytime that you install the plugin, it's going to be here on the right hand side. And then utilizing this little hamburger menu, these little 3 dots, you're going to be able to toggle on and off the ones that you need, the ones you don't need. You can go ahead and drag and drop them to be able to organize it. That way it makes it easier for you to be able to access what you need to go ahead and access. So right here, right next to the gear icon, we're going to select this little keyboard. What we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to go ahead and install all the plugins that we're going to need here today. So on the left hand side, this is the Elgato store. So you're going to get options to be able to get Elgato information. You'll see plugins, icons, music, sound effects, and we'll dive into this here in a little bit. But the plugins is what we want to go ahead and focus on. So select plugin, and then here in the search box, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to type in OBS tools as the first one by Bar Raider. Go ahead and install that there. The next one you're going to want to do is going to be Windows Mover and Resizer. So go ahead and utilize that. This is going to help us be able to launch a lot of apps and be able to organize them exactly how we want. So download that app there. Then you're going to want to go ahead and get Speed Test by Bar Raider. Again, this is very important to make sure that we have the best internet speed when we go to live stream to record content or do anything that we need to do. So go ahead and install that there. We're going to also go ahead and install Timestamp. So go ahead and get that one there. It's by Elgato. This is going to allow us to be able to create content a lot faster by timestamping our content. Then you're going to go to Win Tools, okay, which is also by Bar Raider. This is going to allow us to control a lot of the functionalities on our computer that we normally don't have access to with a click of a button. So we're going to use that there.